Good afternoon, dear participants and partakers. I am delighted to welcome you all on the fourth day, week 2 of International Faculty Development Program on Literature, Society and Thoughts, an effort towards sustainable development, organized by the Department of Languages under the aegis of Human Resource Development Cell in Technical University. Recommencing our small initiative to contribute in the promotion of sustainable development, the session today will focus on the area which has gained immense popularity and attention in recent years, the natural language processing. One of the most important components of NLP or natural language processing is computational linguistics. Thusly, our noted speaker today will highlight the high potential of NLP or computational linguistics to enhance project sustainability. With pleasure, I welcome Professor M.C. Kesava Murty from Dravidian University. Sir has significantly expanded on the trends and relevance of computational linguistics in this day and age through numerous workshops, seminars, and conferences. Sir has an impressive number of publications in Journal of National and International Repute proceedings. Sir is also the coordinator of MS Computational Linguistics and IT Innovative Program IUG. We are grateful for your presence in today's session, sir. Our audience is excited for the lecture. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vanya. Thank you, Vanya. This is Dr. M.C. Keshavamurthy. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity here. And the present title is Significance of Computational Linguistics. And I am from the Department of Dravidian and Computational Linguistics. So it is right justice if I can better do it. So let's start with the basics of what is computational linguistics. Are you people able to see my slides? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Slide number 2. What is computational
Yes, sir.
linguistics? Okay.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Yes. Now we'll get into the core topic. What is computational linguistics? So computational linguistics is a field that combines computer science, linguistics, and other disciplines to model and analyze and process natural languages. So it combines with it can be used for various purposes such as machine translation, speech recognition, text to speech, and speech to text. This combinations of computational linguistics looks like this. It combines linguistics, computer science, artificial intelligence, and mathematics to analyze and model language data. So it also has theoretical goals such as discovering the universal principles and structures of language and cognition. It is a growing and dynamic field with new challenges and opportunities arising from the explosion of digital text and speech data. So what I mean to say here is it is a field, computational linguistics is a field which combines with the computer science and linguistics, and there are other allied areas also. So in coming slides we will discuss what are the other areas. So what is the motivation to do NLP or the computational linguistics or language technology? These are all the synonymous words. Computational linguistics, natural language processing, and language technology, all these are the synonymous. So understanding language analysis and generation make us motivate to do such computational linguistics, and data always is in linguistic form. So whatever data is text or speech, whatever it is, and data can be in structured form or semi-structured form or unstructured form. That is, structured form means we put it in a table format, like we are providing data in terms of table. Semi-structured, that is XML forms, and unstructured are sentences also we consider. So the amount of written material online grew with the development of World Wide Web. So there is, in the World Wide Web we have large amount of written material, and also we can see speech also, as well as computational linguistics developed statistical approaches to study language that allowed computers to better understand human language. So here research in this area considers the mathematical and logical characteristics of natural language and develops algorithms and statistical process for automatic language processing. So what is natural language? Natural language is what we speak in our day-to-day life. So there are artificial languages also, like Esperanto, and we all know Java, C++, all these are created for a machine. Okay, so these are all artificial languages. So we here consider natural language. So and we process natural language. Why we need to process natural language? We'll see. So what is natural language processing? So computational linguistics enables one to create, store, process, and disseminate large amounts of information at greater speeds, which otherwise is impossible for human beings to handle such huge amounts of information obtained and shared constantly in the modern world. Why I'm saying impossible is, if uh, if there is a uh, text of one page, if we want to translate it, it will take time for us. If there is a textbook, if you want to translate it, it will take more time for us. When you prepare a system to do such things, it is a fraction of seconds for it. So to access, to search, retrieve, and present the relevant information which we could be able to use it, we require language technology. Where do we require language technology? To access, to search, to retrieve, and present the relevant information. So with a greater speed. That is how language technology is used in present day. To handle this information in an efficient way, we require the development of natural language processing capabilities. So there is a data, and the data dissemination, everything like retrieving, searching, presenting, all these things, we need language technology. To that data or information is in an efficient way, we require to develop natural language processing capabilities. So development of language technology requires familiarity of a number of disciplines besides techniques in computing and knowledge in linguistics. These two are not the only fields we consider. There are now other fields also to understand natural language processing. So even with extremely huge memory and fast processing speeds, computers will be unable to process human languages unless the dumb computers acquire human-like capabilities in understanding and producing natural languages. We know computer is it's a box. and we are the masters of that box. Whatever command we give, the computers can understand. So that is where human and machine interaction is started, and we started mastering the computer by programming any other thing we know. Human beings are good at human language processing, but extremely slow to match the speed and the amount of knowledge that is being created every day in natural languages. So, as already discussed, if there is a large amount of data to read or to comprehend or to translate, it will take time for a human being. Whereas if you consider a system or a computer, it does it in a fraction of seconds only. So this is the pretext how a natural language is addressed here, and there are about 6,000 languages spoken across the globe. Okay, all these languages are grouped into 29 language families. That is David Crystal 1987 mentions. Among there are so many other classifications. Ethnologue classifies into 147 classifications, and our Indian condition, India, we have only four language families, and those are major language families are Indo-Aryan, Dravidian, Tibeto-Burman, and Munda, Austroasiatic. So these are the language families in India. Among these, the most popular 15 languages are in India, in the world are Mandarin, English, Spanish, Hindi, Arabic, Portuguese, Indonesian, Russian, Bengali, Japanese, French, German, and Telugu are spoken by about 65% of population of the world. So these 15 languages are spoken by 65% of the people. There are 6,000 languages around. So uh, to handle such a vast number of languages and to communicate to the people, to uh, disseminate the information to different languages, we need computers support. So that is where it is initiated. So language technology role here is in the last 1.5 decade, the language technology has emerged as a well-defined interdisciplinary research area offering solutions to various problems in integrating Indian languages with the rapidly developing information technology in the wake of globalization processes. So uh, this is a situation. We have 6,000 around 6,000 languages across the world, and if we need to uh, uh, translate, or if we need to get the information from other languages, we need the help of language technology. The language technology has an important role to play in the implementation of information technology to avail the benefits of information and services in Indian languages. Particularly, I am talking about here Indian languages. In India also there are 22 scheduled languages, and there are so many other non-scheduled languages. So now we'll go to how a language is processed. So there are different stages how language is processed, because we see this in different levels. Okay, before starting it, and we say language in the evolution of language. Language is first spoken. After that, only we have evolved, we have invented script, later recording, later on typing it into systems. All these things are the for the sake of recording. So there are different levels of language analysis. So language can be analyzed in such a way that to cater the needs of all machine processing for the future. So phonetics and phonology deals with speech sounds. So speech sounds, there are so many tools developed with using speech sounds. There are so many technology tools developed, that is speech to text, text to speech, and speech recognition. We all know, we'll come to that point also. And next, morphology and lexical. Morphology and lexical deals with words and their forms. There are so many words identified, and a system like human being system also has to identify words and their forms. For example, if I say cats, CATS, there are four letters, and this is a word, and there are so much of information in that word. So what are the informations in the cats? Can be divided into cat plus plural suffix. Cat is a noun. Cat is a and the person, number, gender information of that particular noun also can be learned. So next stage is syntax, that is at sentence level. So systems in fact has to identify speech sounds separately, words and words also separately, and next sentences. Sentences also, what is the demarcation to identify a sentence, kind of thing. Okay, so there are certain rules in grammar, and all these rules are applied, employed, and tried to process in terms of phonetics, phonology, morphology, and syntax. So that is speech sounds, words, and sentences. Next comes semantics, meaning of words. It deals with meaning of words and sentences. Lexical item, I mean a word is identified with a meaning always. So yeah, any language sometimes gives us a one word more than one meaning. So for example, if I say in English bank, bank has two meanings, that is one is river bank, one is financial bank. If I say stand, stand also has more than one meaning. Stick, okay, stick also having more than one meaning. So for example, take almost all the words in dictionary, you'll come across with some other meanings. So meaning is a major component in processing natural languages, processing of natural language. And then comes to pragmatics. This is pragmatics deals with basically context. So if I say something, that if the participants or whoever is listening to me, if they understand something else, that is governed with context. So if I, for example, if I go to a classroom as a teacher, and if students are sitting there, so I say them, I am coming, and I leave some again somewhere. So what should people understand? People, some people may understand that I am coming. So or people, some people may understand that I am taking a class, or some people may understand that keep quiet, and some people may understand that no one is other than this man, no one is coming. Like that, there are so many it depends on context, people's understanding also, whatever it is. So I am the only person coming here, like that. There are so many meanings, so many senses, so depends on the context. Similarly, at the discourse level also, connected sentences processing in a larger body text. So much of discussions and this is also a unit we consider. So language can be processed at a different levels, that is, one is phonetics and phonology, that's speech sounds. Morphology, that is words. Syntax, that is sentences. Semantics, that is meaning. Pragmatics, that is context, and discourse also. Like that, there are different levels to analyze. So I'll start with one of the language technology tools to make you understand better. A morphological analyzer is a program that is a that is responsible for the analysis of the given input token. It analyzes a given token and generates morphological information such as person, number, gender, class, and so on as an output. So if I give a word like, just now we have talked about cats, let's take a word like chairs. If you take a word like chairs, it contains a plural suffix s and root form chair. So chair is a noun, and this is the person, number, gender. Gender is non-masculine. Person is third person. Okay. Number is singular. So plural, and chairs is plural. So this is the information we'll get from the word, and that will be the output. So similarly, the morphological analyzers are used in natural language processing to analyze the structure of words and identify their components. These are all components in the word chairs. uh, I could analyze the word chairs, and I could get so much of information. So they are used to identify the root form, that is chair. Chair is the root form of chairs of the word, and its inflectional and derivational affixes. Inflectional affixes are those the plural forms, okay, and vibhakti forms, case markers. All these things are inflectional markers associated with the word. So similarly, generator, morphological generator, is a program that performs the task of morphological generation. So it generates using, if using the information which I am giving to the system, morphological generation may be considered. If I ask a system to form a word like chair with plural suffix and any case suffix, all these things, if I ask, the system should be able to produce chairs. Chair plus plural suffix, it should be able to chairs. Bus plus plural suffix, buses. Car plus plural suffix, cars. So this is a situation here. Given the description of a word in terms of number, category, stem, and so on, the original word is retrieved again. So we give a root form and ask system to produce or generate whatever we need. So system should be able to generate. That is morphological generator, the generation. This is exactly reverse of a morphological analyzer. Whatever is analyzed in the let's imagine a translation. I am translating on from source language to target language. Source language information is analyzed, and the same information is generated in target language. So if I am doing from Telugu to Hindi or Telugu to Punjabi, Telugu is source language, and I analyze the word with the root form and plural suffix. So same thing should be there also reproduced. Okay, kursi plus plural suffix, yeah, kursi, yeah, kind of thing. So morphological generators are used in natural language processing to generate words from the components. We provide the components, and system automatically should be able to generate it. They are used to create new words by combining existing morphemes. So each small identified unit or inflectional unit is called morpheme here. So let us try to understand computer applications of natural languages. So computer applications for natural languages involving an interdisciplinary research and training is a unique activity to develop and promote the use of natural language technology with a human face. I told you uh, this the human aided machine systems. Okay, so we human being is asking the system to do all these things. That is why technology with a human face, natural language technology with a human face. So we are the masters, and we are asking the task, we are giving the task, we are asking the result also. So to get a faster reply, unlike human being, quicker reply. So a totally interdisciplinary activity involving it has so many sides of it, involving literature, linguistics, computer science, artificial intelligence, statistics, philosophy, mathematics, biology, sociology, anthropology, psychology, and physics. So all these streams are combined together, and we could able to produce natural language applications here. So language technology, also known as natural language processing, language technology is also known as computational linguistics. So it not only involves creating computational resources for natural languages for the purpose of facilitating communication in overcoming the language barriers, but also enable automation of speech and written forms of natural languages. So we all know that language, what is language barrier? Uh, like in Dravidian southern region, many of Dravidian languages, I mean, almost 27 identified languages are there, and our country is divided based on the language only into states. So each state is bordering other state, like Telugu is bordering Tamil, Tamil Nadu, and that is bordering Karnataka, and like that. We don't know other language, and we cannot. Many of us may not be knowing other language. Many of us may not be able to communicate fluently in other language also. So such language barriers are there. So even though we are living next to everybody, that language barriers should be okay resolved, and we can able to solve this issue by using machines. So language technology holds tremendous possibilities for our country, including leadership in the area among countries of the world. So not only here, and just now in the past this thing, uh, uh, topmost Indian popular 15 languages from our India. There are two languages, Bengali and Telugu. So two languages, Hindi, Bengali, and Telugu. So the three Indian languages are the topmost 15 languages of the world. So if we want to communicate from one language to other language, like English to Spanish to Bengali, Bengali to Portuguese, okay, Telugu to French, Telugu to German, German to Telugu, German to Bengali. It all can be possible using language technology only. So to remove such barriers, so not only within India, we worldwide we can communicate with so ease. So India, with hundreds of languages and thousands of mother tongues and dialects, with a large number of illiterate population, urgently needs language related technology. So if I have to communicate something to a person in Punjab, I don't know Punjabi. So that is the situation. So I can only speak in Telugu. If that is the case, how can I communicate to him? So hiring people is one option, or developing tools is another option. Natural language technology promises to overcome these problems. So this that is why we are dealing thoroughly with natural language technologies. It plays a profound role of qualitatively shaping the educational technology of our country and achieving national integration. So let's also see the prominent applications of natural language processing. So machine translation systems for written and spoken forms of language in real time, which enables translation between different Indian languages and certain chosen foreign languages. So just now we have talked about it may be between Indian languages or in other foreign languages also. So machine translation, developing machine translation system uh, is a greater solution. That is what people identified and initiated with actually. Natural language interfaces to computers. If computers have to be accessible to vast number of people, then they should be operable in a natural language than in the specialized computer languages. We talked about natural languages, what is a natural language and what is a artificial language. Artificial languages are meant for systems to understand, and there are artificial languages like Esperanto created for the human being also. These natural natural languages are the prime target of developing tools. So natural language technology resources can provide easy access to the vast amounts of human knowledge inherited through our traditional tradition and which is usually encoded in distinct natural languages. So there is a lot of traditional knowledge in our languages, and that knowledge should be reached to other languages also, other fellow people in our country or in other countries also. Information retrieval in systems are efficient ways of searching and retrieving knowledge and information available in written text and documents. So we know search engine gets the information. If I ask you something about some neural networks, some topic I figured, that will fetch the information. How it gets? So it goes to the World Wide Web. We talked about it, and total World Wide Web. It will go and search and get the information on whatever query I asked. So in the era of information, this application can empower those who can use them effectively with respect to their languages. So people with their mother tongues can develop such uh, search engine search engines for information retrieval. So language technology tools will become the most sought after utility like telephones and mobile phones. But unlike the communication technology, they are language sensitive. Therefore, they will have to be developed by us only. So human being has to develop almost these technological tools like mobile phones and technology. So these days we know uh, telephones, cell phones. So we are using a lot of information and from one language to another language, and we are also savvy to the cell phone system, and there we are doing so much of language technology exercise without knowing also. So there is also the civilization concern, the tradition and culture to a large extent depend on the languages, and in turn the vitality of languages is linked to the capabilities of language technology development and available for use. So civilization in the sense the different cultures are encoded with the language. So the language and culture are those two we see in hand. So such a civilization is also a culture is also a major concern for us. Just as the printing technology has marginalized those languages that did not develop script, the new technology will marginalize those languages, and along with them the speakers of those languages who do not develop language technology capabilities. So there are certain languages which are marginalized. I mean, there's languages are also endangered now, and there is the language which do not have script. Now they are marginalized. They are not recorded. They are not into the system. They are not typed. All such uh, things are happening for marginalized languages. So uh, similarly, if any language if it doesn't have any script, that will be marginalized automatically. So that is why these days, parallelly, language documentation is another project people are concerned, and governments are concerned. Language documentation is doing a wonderful job by documenting tribal languages. I mean, low resource languages. That means there are no books, there are no literature for those low resource languages. So there is no script. All such languages are documented by going directly to the field, and these documented languages may in future may come into existence, and maybe developed by language technology tools. So natural language processing technology has matured, and it is fast becoming ripe for building real life systems that can be put to practical use. So we are using so many tools these days. Just in our mobile phone, we are using so many tools, and as a result, there is an intense activity in language technology in general and machine translation in particular around the world. Several major efforts were carried out in the 1980s. So machine translation is the major concern, and this machine translation building has started in 1980s only. So project Eurotra, Euro translation was a large coordinated effort for developing machine translations for European languages. Japan had several efforts on machine translation between English and Japanese. Several research groups of many countries in the West have joined activity that resulted in development of commercial products. So it should be mentioned that fully automatic general purpose high quality machine translation systems are still out of reach. So there are certain limitations to develop fully automatic general purpose high quality machine translation systems. So efforts going on to use artificial intelligence techniques to make general purpose systems, so that we also know. These days the latest revolution is chat gpt kind of things. Chat gpt helps us to understand the commands and give answers and whatever it is. It gets the solutions from the web. So we are talking about machine translation system with a strong linguistic basis combined with the computer computing power was successfully undertaken by the three groups. And if you talk about the history of machine translation, Angla Bharati and Akshara Bharati at IIIT Kanpur, IIT Kanpur, and at the University of Hyderabad during 1990s. So uh, I hail from University of Hyderabad. I did my masters and PhD. I am trained under this. I'm trained in this record. So it was a breakthrough in building machine translation system capable of translating unlimited text between various Indian languages. So, excuse me. The byproducts, including powerful morphological analyzers, generators, and large scale of computational lexicons for various Indian languages, particularly English, Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Bangla, Marathi, Punjabi, and Kannada. Uh, while preparing machine translation system, there are so many byproducts like this: morphological analyzers, morphological generators, lexicons, and other tools also developed for these major Indian languages. So all along the activity, the efforts of technology development for Indian languages, TDIL, Department of Information Technology, that is Technology Development for Indian Languages, Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, Government of India, uh, played a pivotal role by planning and funding projects in this mission. So during the later part of the 90s, technology development for Indian languages has created language resource centers for Indian languages for various major Indian languages to carry out the basic research and development development resources necessary for language technology. So many institutes were involved in this. So today, major centers of language technology are IIIT Hyderabad, IIT Kanpur, JNU, University of Hyderabad, IIT Bombay, UKBC Center, Anna University, IIT Chennai, and IIT Madras, Kharagpur, IIT Kharagpur, CIL Mysore, and CDAC, etc., are the partners in developing language technology tools. And we can see so many language technology tools out now in the market. So there are certain challenges also. We'll talk about some of the challenges. So human machines are not like human beings. Those machines do not have any sentiment, and it cannot also analyze uh, sentiments like or emotions or feelings. So this also being studied, and this is a bigger question for machines to understand. So uh, current state of the art models are huge and hard to use in applications, and as the number of parameters becoming larger and cost increases as well. So the lack of common sense, just now I talked about it, and common sense means sensitivity to if the written text may not have the emotion, so our system can understand. So to study all those things, there are so many projects going on, and that will be a continual learning for the system, that is in fact in other terms machine learning. So other hurdles in producing machine translation systems also. So we'll see some of the basic hurdles at word level and sentence level. So word level, we see lexical ambiguity. That is the when we have a sentence like this: the bank organizes a loan mela on the bank of the river. In a given sentence, there are two similar words, that is bank. So but the meaning of two words are different. So the lexical level, it has different meanings. We can search it in the dictionary. Dictionary says us all the possible meanings of, or all the possible senses of a word. So the dictionary gives us different senses. So similarly, bank also has different sense. Like one is a financial bank, and the other one is a river bank. So bank of a river. So uh, such kind of ambiguity, so which while translating, so this is in English, if I translate it into Telugu or some other Hindi, so what should be what is the apt meaning for the first word bank and second bank, the word bank. So system has to take a decision, and that is a puzzle for the system cannot decide on it, and we have to again give a way which one has to be selected. So there people have developed word sense disambiguation systems. So word sense disambiguation systems will help us to identify what is the appropriate sense to be used in that context. So their context will help us to identify what is the appropriate sense. So word sense disambiguation is another tool which is developed to identify this ambiguity, resolve this ambiguity. So similarly, structural ambiguity, it deals with passing. It is a sentence level ambiguity. Let us see the example sentence. I saw the boy with a telescope. Sentences like this may give two readings. Whether the boy is with the holding the telescope, or I am the one holding the telescope. So the such ambiguity has to be decided by the system while translating automatically. So a machine translation system undergoes all such hurdles. So decide what is it. If uh, if the intended meaning of I saw the boy with a telescope is not understood properly, so entire translation will go wrong. So that cannot be said as a good translation, and machines are failing in that sense. So, so to deal with such hurdles, people have developed parsers to solve such. These are called parsers, chunkers are developed to solve such and resolve such ambiguity issues. So, these are the major popular applications of natural language processing. We we maybe some of us may be popularly using or seriously using all these things, and we may not be knowing this comes under computational linguistics and natural language processing. So let us see what are the things. Speech recognition is the NLP application. Uh, Speech recognition, many of us may be having cell phones. You know who is Siri and who is Google Assistant and Microsoft Cortana. If you ask Siri call somebody, Siri call Ganesh. So Siri automatically calls Ganesh. So like that, we'll ask. We can also ask Google Assistant. Google also helps us to call people or identify or fetch something, some information. So like this is directly recognizing speech, our speech. So whatever command I am giving, okay, Apple systems using in the name of Siri, and Google using in the name of Google Assistant, and Microsoft using in the name of Cortana. So this speech recognition is a greatest revolution, and the whatever I speak, that is answering and fetching the information from the www. So similarly, chatbots which can understand consumers questions, recommend the products, book meetings, and schedule appointments. Chatbots are helping human in this shortcut way. So, and then now we have also talked about sentimental analysis. So, used by companies like Amazon, Netflix to gain insights on their customer to enhance their product. So, sentiment analysis, just now we have talked about it, that is emotion. So emotion part of thing also should be able to understand that those are the popular applications are using. So in machine translation, uh, many of our participants are also maybe using Google Translate. So these days, simply translating using the tool Google Translate to translate uh, any amount of text, any amount of text. I mean, not a sentence, not a paragraph, not a one-page text, and big textbook also we are giving as input and translation within seconds. So we are may not be 100% perfect, but we are. It is quicker than the quicker than human being. That is why machine translations are nowadays uh, thoroughly used by human. So spell checking and autocorrect. Spell checking is the oldest thing we have been. You can see it in computers. After typing everything, spell checkers. We can apply spell checkers, or we can already uh, command that to automatically check the spelling and correct it. And like that, there are so many spell checkers. So these spell checkers are not only for English. We have been all these days we have been watching all these things for English only. Nowadays, our local languages are also being there, and we are enjoying all this spell checking facility and survey analytics. That is NLP. Uh, take raw data as input and gives results within seconds. So somebody goes to a field work and that data do Google Forms kind of thing, and that will be analyzed instantly. So that is a Google survey kind of thing. So like that, there are so many tools also developed. So there are so many Indian language applications also, Sanskrit, Hindi, machine translation system, and there are so many English, Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, and Hindi, Punjabi. All these things are also any language to any language translation systems are developed now, and so these are all developed within India, and people are enjoying this translation system. Maybe 80 to 90% may be perfect, but still systems are great, working great. And in Indian language, search engines also there now. We can search in the name of any Indian language, major Indian languages. So these things are, and Indo WordNet is therefore uh, almost 18 languages, almost all scheduled languages. So this Indo WordNet helps us to identify. It is like thesaurus, so people can. But it is better than thesaurus, where we can enter into network one word to another word, one information to another information instantly. So that is Indo WordNet helps us in. Similarly, OCRs for Indian languages, optical character recognizers, are therefore. So some uh, text, some scripts, and some the writings are also identified immediately. We see this in typed form. If you it is there in the cell phone. If you copy a written text, whatever you write on that paper, and written text is copied, and that will be instantly converted into text, or which is in the typed form, text form of this thing. So so OCRs are developed for such information. And Indian language machine translation system, Indian language to Indian language machine translation systems are also developed and being developed, and people are working seriously on completing these projects. So we have talked about word nets, or lexical structures composed of sets of synonyms, so which are called synsets. So if one word is having more than 15 to 16 or 15 to 20 synonyms, so these all synonyms are in considered as synsets. So, and semantic relations between these synsets are also coded in word nets, and these word nets will help us to identify and understand all this relationship between synsets and synonyms. So wordnet helps in various natural language processing tasks such as word sense disambiguation, and just now we have talked about ambiguity resolution. So where we need to give a word sense disambiguation and machine translation system also. So words having more than one sense that will be disambiguated using word nets also. There are some certain websites we need to consider, and TDIL is the we have already talked about it, technology development for Indian languages. This is the website www.tdil-dc development center.in. So you people please visit all these things. There are so many things which every mother tongue speaker has to do there, and you have to contribute your own knowledge to so there are so many tools to use also. So everything is coded in technology development for Indian language site website. So this is a government enterprise. These are the resources we find in TDIL site: linguistic resources, general tools, and mobile applications. So these are the major NLP tools: speech corpora, text corpora, lexicon, dictionaries, plenty of dictionaries. Okay, mobile reference test data, and all these things, and handwritten identifier, handwritten keyboard applications. So all these are all there in systems. So we see digital empowerment and handling of language barriers. Okay, there the foundation of digital empowerment is data corpus. What is data? That is language data. Language data should be there for all languages, so that language technology will become easy for us. So high complete information infrastructure is there. So data corpus is the one I've been talking about it, and people can and go to TDL site and create your own language data and contribute to the society. So automatic speech recognition ASR is the another ASR is the tool. OCRs we talked about, machine translation system, and natural language understanding, and TTS. TTS, what is TTS? Text to speech systems. That means people for blind people, they cannot see and they cannot view the text and they cannot read it. So the system will read it for them. So their text to speech systems are developed, and so text to speech systems are very popular in so many countries, and even in India also many people are using text to speech systems, and reverse speech to text also. Whatever we speak and system is typing these days, it is very common. Even SMS also, people are not typing, people are giving speech there and it is automatically typing. So we can understand these are the technology tools available, and the products, real time speech to speech machine translations. That is the ultimate goal of this language technology, speech to speech. That means one language to another language, source language to another target language. If we have already talked about it, and like if source language is Telugu, target language is Bengali. So if the source language fellow may not be knowing the target language, he can speak in Telugu and that will be audible in Bengali. And the reply which he speaks in Bengali comes back to him, to the source language fellow in Telugu only. So there is lots of exercise in between. So that will be converted into text, and so much of translation is involved. So these are the ultimate goals of a machine translation system. If that is developed, whole India is under one roof. So whole world is under one roof. So speech to speech systems can solve such problems. Indian language, voice, internet, so content localization, accessibility, translation, all these things are very much useful. So let us get into future trends. With increasing amount of data being generated every day, NLP will find its use more and more important. So the data is available on the net, and NLP will be more vibrant. So the concept of invisible user interface will rely on direct interaction between user and machine. So as advances are made, NLP will allow mankind to shift focus from questions to result. So NLP will be integrated with gesture and facial recognition in future. So even today also there are certain systems which can identify. Some cars are developed based on your facial recognition, some voice recognition, some systems start with voice recognition. So that is a trend which will spread to other fields also. In future, NLP will be able to understand the user's input and provide more complex solutions answering the user's uh, true intent. So this complexity will be resolved, and NLP will solve such things. So let's hope for the better things. Okay, so this is major things which I would wish to contribute to the people. I don't know who are the participants, and so people may understand all these things. I don't know, but now there are industry level and research level. There are so many occupational areas for this field. Computational linguistics developed tailored solutions for language-based information process via the application of tested methods from research. Process considered might include, but are not limited to, web searches, knowledge extraction, multilingual product marketing, language learning, software, information systems. This is not limited. So these are the areas industry rely on language technology tools, and the research computational linguistics based in universities and research departments in business research new models and methods relating to core topics within computational linguistics. Interdisciplinary research is becoming increasingly important, for example, in the field of digital humanities. This is the latest trend now, digital humanities. As a result, the humanities and social sciences are gaining recognition through computer supported source analysis. So the discovery of language patterns and argumentation structures in literature, politics, and historical texts. So similarly, automatic extraction of information from academic text is used as an efficient means of fact retrieval in the life sciences as well. So that is called e-sciences. So I end my talk with this, and thank you all for patiently listening to me.
Put it in the chat box.
Dr. Arena.
Sir, it's Dr. Reena Verma. She has requested that if it is not a problem, so can you please share your PPT with the participants if it is not a problem?
Certainly, I'll send it to Dr. Arina and let them also share it with you. Certainly.
Okay, thank you, sir. I guess our participants are as satisfied with your lecture as I am. It was a wonderful lecture. And now I would like to invite Dr. Arina Nazmin, convener IFDP, to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. It was really a very nice lecture from your side that you delivered today. And now I would go through the formal vote of thanks to everybody who has contributed for this program. A very good afternoon to everyone. I believe it is a great honor and privilege to acknowledge the support of all those who contributed diligently to make today's session on computational linguistic a memorable one. On the behalf of the Department of Languages, I extend my deep sense of gratitude and appreciation to the speaker of the day, Mr. Professor M.C. Kesava Murty, a gem of linguistics from Dravidian University, for a very illuminating and insightful lecture on computational linguistics, a mark on natural language. It is one of the most emerging trends in English language. Thank you, sir, as you have unfolded this event into your might be hectic schedule and appraised us with your insightful talk on today's topic to describe the development of statistical study to understand natural language. So, you have very efficiently made the discussion between artificial language and natural language, the source language and the target language, and how morphological transformer is being used with the natural language to get a faster and quicker reply. You informed us about the different levels of languages and the different level of processing system, the concept of semiotics, morphology, lexical language, and pragmatics is in fact really the subject to be praiseworthy. Dear Professor, your lecture has definitely familiarized all of us with a number of worthy and interesting ideas and key concepts on the use of natural and artificial language and its emergence in multidisciplinary area of study that opens a new direction for research. Your scholarly intervention in the sphere of current trends has given us an opportunity to navigate across uncharted territory in which we are solely unaware. So, your deep and intellectual way of imparting knowledge has beautifully added glory to this international faculty development program. Your thoughts not only stimulated our minds but opened many new avenues for further research on the specific area. Thank you, sir, for your humble coordination with our program. From time to time, we would seek your support to imbibe us with your intellectuality.
Thank
And
you, Dr.
apart,
Arina.
thank you, sir. Welcome, sir.
I also thank
Now,
your head of the department, Professor H.M. Arif Garu, and
sure, sir.
others.
Without his support and cooperation, this task would not be possible, sir.
Yes.
Uh, Further, I would like to acknowledge the contribution of others who have also contributed for the successful implementation of this international faculty development program. I would like to thank Professor Aqil Ahmed, sir, Director Human Resource Center, for providing a rostrum for this event. And I would also extend my sincere gratitude to the head of the Department of Languages, Professor H.M. Arif Nadvi, sir, for his constant support and valuable suggestion needed to continue our journey towards excellence. Apart from this, I would also wish to extend my sincere appreciation and thank to the Dean of Humanities and Social Sciences, Professor Shahid Ali Khan, sir. And thanks are due to my partner, Ms. Vanya Srivastava, of which this particular task of International Faculty Development Program could be possible with the support and coordination of her. And with a profound sense of appreciation, I thank to all organizing member of International Faculty Development Program for their active involvement and willingness to take the completion of this task out of their hectic schedule. Thank you, participant, for showing your patience to listen our lectures, to listen our scholars who are bestowing us with the intellectuality of their knowledge. Thank you, everyone, for being with us. Have a remarkable day ahead. Thank you, everyone. Sir,
Thank
now
you.
we are going to end our broadcast. Thank you, sir.
Okay.